The government has reiterated its commitment to improve status of employment in the country, but seeks the help of the private sector, as the two are the major employers in the country. Our reporter Robert Cheng has more on the story.
The Minister for Labour and Employment, Gaudensia Kabaka, made the observation today at Nazi Moja grounds in Dar es Salaam when she presided over her ministry's celebrations of 50 years of independence.
So that's the development now we are happy with, and we are looking forward to making sure that the workers and the employers are in good terms. And also because my minister also is the one which deals with the employment. What we do here is to make sure that we create good environment for employment creation, particularly from the private sector, who is now the main employer. The government is still employing, but it cannot absorb all the people who are now graduating from different levels of education.
Director of Employment Services at the Tanzania Employment Services Agency within the Ministry of Labour and Employment, Kisa Kilindu, said her agency strives to link prospective employers with Tanzanian youth searching for work.
What we do, we register job seekers, we do an initial interview, and then we have them in the data bank for prospectus employers. At the moment, we have a challenge that many employers don't know about TAESA. So what we would like to urge the public and employers and investors to come to TAESA so that we can help Tanzanian youth to get employment through TAESA.
The IPP Executive Chairman, Reginald Mengi, has advised wealthy Tanzanians to help the poor solve their problems and encourage particularly members of the business community to give part of their interest to the poor. Here's more on the story.
Mr. Mengi was speaking when sending off 11 children from Zanzibar who left for India, where they will undergo heart surgery under an initiative coordinated by Lions Club Dar es Salaam, Host and Regency Hospital. At the ceremony, also attended by leaders of Lions Club Dar es Salaam and some workers of Regency Hospital, Mr. Mengi paid tribute to Lions Club Dar es Salaam, Host, for mobilizing funds to save lives of children in Tanzania with heart problems. Vice President of Lions Club Dar es Salaam, Host Dr. Munir Habib, congratulated donors including Said Bahresa, Zanzibar Ministry of Health and Indian High Commission for facilitating the trip, and called on other people to contribute to the initiative. Several parents of the children who left for India commended the facilitators of the mission.
The Ministry of Water and Irrigation says the water level of Lake Victoria has continued to decline annually, while the lake's water is polluted due to various human activities. Here's more on the story. The statement was made by the Ministry's Permanent Secretary, Christopher Sai, when handing over 20 motorcycles to district councils and other institutions involved in implementation of Lake Victoria Environment Management Project, LVEMT. He clarified that apart from human activities, other causes of water level decline were drought and most of the lake's water being allowed to flow into the Nile River, and that the culprits for water pollution were factories directing industrial waste into the lake. More than 135 million shillings has been spent to buy the motorcycles as part of implementation of the second phase of the Lake Victoria Environment Conservation Project. Residents of Holili Ward in Rombo District, Kilimanjaro region, continue to experience acute shortage of sugar, forcing them to buy the commodity being smuggled into neighbouring countries through illegal routes at hiked prices of between 2,500 and 3,000 shillings per kilo. Here are the details.
Speaking to Kilimanjaro Regional Commissioner Leonidas Gama, now on a visit to Rombo District to witness the situation of sugar in the district, Holili traders said they used manipulative tactics to get at least a single bag of sugar smuggled across the border. Mr. Gama admitted that there exists the problem of sugar shortage in some areas of the district on claims that Kilimanjaro Native Cooperative Union, tasked to supply and distribute sugar in the region, has not reached all areas, and that efforts are underway to ensure sugar is distributed without any form of discrimination.
The Ministry of Health says plans are underway for a nationwide immunization campaign that targets all children under 5 years of age and is expected to last for 4 days. Speaking in Dar es Salaam, the Assistant Director of Health Promotion and Education at the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Dr. Geoffrey Kiangi, said the move follows rising measles and polio cases in the country.
The purpose of doing so is to make sure that why is it integrated? Because partly the four services do reinforce each other in ensuring that the child gets the best out of the services that are provided or are rendered to him or her. But more so that by so doing, it's a cost-effective way of providing services. Because unlike providing one service at a time, this time around we have made sure that we are integrating four services at a go.
Iringa region will receive the Uhuru Torch race from Bear region as part of celebrations to mark 50 years of independence. Here's more on the story.
Launching the celebrations, Iringa Regional Commissioner Dr. Christine Ishangoma said the region has made remarkable strides in development since the Uhuru Torch race started in 1964 when the region was part of Southern Highlands Province. On agriculture, Dr. Ishangoma said the region has expanded acreage from more than 300,000 in 1961 to more than 850,000 last year, while the region's income during the period under review rose from an average of 5 million shillings to 1.7 billion shillings. On education sector, she said there has been significant achievements as classes in nursery schools increased from 67 in 1961 to 839 last year, and that at independence there were only 6 secondary schools, and now there were 236, out of which 178 were public schools and 6 universities.
And that's the end of the national news. The African news is next after the break.